Hello, it's Nancy again. I'm going to try this another way with another device, and hopefully it'll work well without all the whining and noises in the background. And I'm just going to answer a question. First of all, you can submit your questions at psychicearth.com to the Sacred Garden Psychic, which comes to me. You could always put in the subject line that you are looking for a video answer, if you'd like, because I can answer the questions either by video or directly on the home page. I'll update it in text. So I wanted to answer a question about Stephen, a guy who wrote in, who has a wife and one daughter and a baby girl, and was asking about moving back east at his father's request to take over a business that he pretty much grew up running. He learned it from the ground up. He was concerned because he has a stepmother who he feels was one of the reasons why he left the area in the first place. And the father would side with the stepmother and kind of question Stephen's judgment when it came to business decisions where he had trusted him before. So the sense that I was getting was, I feel as if somehow the stepmother is going to be out of the picture soon. When I look at your father, you told me his first name and his birthday. I saw a sense of a relationship ending in his life, and I'm not saying, his marriage is on the rocks or it's going to end, or maybe it's just an emotional shift, or, perhaps he's, readjusted his emotional connection with her to where he doesn't let her run the show as much. I think that has run its course, because I definitely saw a big change and a big release when it came to her having control. So I would say, because of your father and the way he's reconsidering her involvement in the business, he's actually considering letting you take over fully. I really think that's another year and a half, 2 years tops down the road. I see if you go back east to work with your father, that he would hand over control of the whole company to you. So if you're prepared to take that on and jump right in, I think you have everything it takes. I think it's long overdue. Because listening to this woman, even though he did it out of devotion and love and what a husband does, I think he's probably lost a third of his profits or revenue. I'm not a business person. I just see the abundance and how it's depleted ever since he's handed over some of the decision making to this woman. Her decisions were ego-based, and she didn't want to admit that they were losing revenue because of the choices she made. But your father's smart enough to document it and show her on paper. And he was strong enough to say, this is happening because of the choices I let you make. I allowed you and myself to run my son away. And I value my relationship with my son more than anything, even more than this business. And I'm bringing him back in. I think he stood up to her. And she might try to gain control again, and that might be a little bit of a power struggle for you. So it's your choice. If you want to step back into that situation, I don't think it would be that difficult. I think once you're there and he's letting you run things and make the decisions, and she sees on paper the revenue starting to come in again, because you know what you're doing and you are with your father, helping him every step of the way build that business from the ground up. I think it'll be beneficial to you and your family financially. It seems as if your wife and daughter are going to adjust wherever you go. So discuss it with your wife. Your concern about your mother-in-law, I think you can put that to rest, because your father has already made the decision that he's through with her running the show. She scared off some of the top employees, some of the most loyal employees that have been with your father. I could see him standing at a window and two people walking away, and this is symbolic, not literal, I don't think. Two people walking away and his heart feeling heavy. So that tells me they were employees, people who worked there that he felt close to and had a history with. So I tend to make a long story even longer, or short story even longer. But I say, if you go back, you won't regret it. I think your wife will end up loving it there, because she is pretty isolated where she is now, and I think you're struggling financially. I think it's part of it is because you're meant to be there. Your heart is with that business. You know, before your mother passed away, some of your best memories were being there with your father and your mother and your brothers. That's another thing, your brothers. I feel as if your older brother is going to end up coming back and helping you with the business eventually also. And that's another whole story. But anyway, I want to give you a quick answer. And I think it looks really good. Talk it over with your wife. Your mother-in-law will not be a problem. It's nothing you can't handle. And the benefits outweigh a little bit of the emotional roller coaster and headaches you may have with her the first few months. But it's nothing you can't handle. So good luck, and keep me posted. Thank you.